Hey, good afternoon there, YouTube. I'm just going through some of my personal video. I had some time out to go out on the biking trails today, and actually it all came out like crap. So, uh, sorry, no personal video today. But there is some news that I want to share with you. In addition to going through my personal video, I just want you to take a look at these metrics here. Okay, this is the geosynchronous orbit. Okay, and that's right here, this little dotted line here. There's a live shot right there of our where our magneto pause is at, and right now it is very close. There's an enormous amount of pressure being put on the magnetopause right now, and it is getting down to some pretty dangerous levels. And the reason why I'm pointing this out, if you remember in my CME impact video, I'm the initial we had some high ends NetX and but I did mention that the impact was going to reach us when our magnetic shield is at its lowest point in its cycle, and that it could have some potential impact there. But I also believe that with the latest eruptions, the very latest eruptions, even though they were small, there were a couple of double barrel shots out there. Now remember, this is the fifth, so we're going through this whole cycle. Should take about 48 hours. And now we're really in the thick of things. You know, people say, well, the CME hit us at, say, 4:30 yesterday afternoon, and oh well, that's it. No, we're going through a storming effect, and it has added extra pressure, dangerous actual pressure here, uh, and this is going to reflect, as you can see, uh, that we're having problems with our magnetic shield, and this is some of the reasons why we get this effect. Okay, this is proof that our magnetic shield isn't what it should be. Okay, our magnetic shield should be handling this storm a lot more effective than it's actually doing right now. And it's just gone right in the toilet. Let me show you out here at solarham.net. There's a couple of my friends that are now using this site. It's pretty cool. But there's plenty of sites. Dutch Sense has a good conglomeration of a lot of mentors of weather and space weather. So, but Solarham is a fine place. And but here we are. Here's the pressure. It's probably up there about 11, 12. The density is now on a ramp up. I went out there, actually, some of the metrics are staying pretty steady, but the density has started to rise there, and the protons are starting to spike. Okay, this is not actually the actual metric I wanted to show you, but that is important as I show you this right here. Okay, the departures here, dips here, okay. This is very important about how our magnetic shield is reacting, and what it's going to allow through. And right now it is under a lot of stress. We're not getting a lot of absorption, though, thank goodness, right at the moment. But I'm not quite sure how honest this is being, because we are getting some spiking in here uh, with the recent M flares or C class flares. Uh, So this is something, even though you don't see it, going off the charts here, but like I say, we got a double barrel here and a double barrel shot here, and these will actually add to the effect overall. This will add to the pressure, and I think that's some of what we are seeing with these two here. Uh, the K index is looking fine, but like I said, there are some of the proton spikes, and we are getting you know, some of these metrics are still on the rise, but we're doing all right here. Uh, this is the one I'm really concerned about. And like I said, we went over here to the magnetopause, and I showed you the live position here. And here's some of the other metrics. Look at that, folks. I mean, there's a live shot again. Here's something that's very interesting. Okay, north and south poles. Tells you about where we're getting the initial impact. That's what's kind of telling me what's responsible for this latest shock to our magnetopause. Uh, so I also went out here to the earthquake map, and so we see that Chile This is just in the last 24 hours, of course. The depths are telling. Okay, I mean, look how deep this one was up here in Alaska. All right, look how deep that one was in Puerto Rico. All right, there's some that are actually hitting really deep. We're talking Chile though. The ones are relatively shallow. Okay, but I've noticed there's been a lot of these tremors that are really deep, deep, deep into the earth. Okay, uh, so I wanted to go ahead and see if we get this one up here in Alaska as well, and we'll tell you what's the overall source of the quakes and these really deep ones. I mean, I was seeing some that were like 300 some odd kilometers deep. I mean, that's quite a ways, folks. Well, I didn't mean to zoom in that much. There we go. And we could tell where the pressure is coming from. All right, and there's also been a spillover effect. If you were to go up here and change it to one day all magnitudes worldwide, and here's the San Andreas Fault, and we can see that the pressure is now spilled over. I've been monitoring this for several days. Well, actually, I monitor this all the time, but I mean, just this recent activity. And we've been getting some shocks right on the San Andreas, but we're getting more far on the other side. We've been getting more in Nevada, which means it's putting more pressure up this way and out this way. These plates move north to south. Okay, so when we're getting pressure over here from the slide this way, okay, the push up this way, and it's putting pressure this way, and northeast and straight east. Okay, now because we've got the Rocky Mountain Range right up here, and other mountain ranges, Sierra Nevadas, all that. So it's spilled up over, and so most of the pressure that's being put here is going to be felt over here, probably before over here. Everybody's looking for the big one out in California. I think the pressure's already built. I think you could even go past that and have more activity over here, like a New Madrid earthquake or Yellowstone, etc., before we have a big one out in California. So yeah, a lot of things to consider. Oh, the one metric I would meant to show you here is the magnetic connection of the Earth to the Sun and the coronal hole power. Okay, there seems to be some pressure coming out that way too. I believe that we could experience a rather large earthquake. If you go out here at Solarham again, sorry, not up on my. You could just go ahead and take a quick look here, and we can see where the holes are. This one's a fine one. I just wanted to do this one really quick. Zoom out even over here. Got another one coming this way. Got them up here. We even have some filaments too that are ready to go, ready to pop as well. So, well, anyway, folks, just wanted to go ahead and wrap that up. I want to go ahead and point this out. This is just happening right now. It's kind of funny how it's 24 hours later of the initial impact, and that's right here. Bam, bam, right here, 24 hours. Okay. This is when it impacted when it first hit. The magnetic shield immediately reacted, and it's kind of like it overreacts, right? But that's not why. Anyway, oh, that's another thing. Beta, gamma, delta, beta, gamma, beta, gamma. Boy, there's so much I'm missing here. And they haven't updated the spirals, by the way. Out here is 2021, which is the one I told you to watch. And that's the one that's putting up. And also the 2026 and 2028 group. And 2027 is very interesting. That's actually the one I've been keeping an eye on. We could get some complex mixing in there really quick. So even though this looks like, big bad boy, and it is mixed, we got a little bit red here, blue red. So and this can mix up your there's a pretty good space between the front and the back. So that's why I'm kind of curious about 2027. Okay, and let's skip around, folks. Breaking into your programming here. I'll skip right out here to my this is my subscriptions page, one of my subscription pages. And first of all, I'd like to thank W777 for coming out and getting information from me and putting up on his one of his latest videos. So, not that I'm flattered, but you know, that's where these guys get their information is from guys like us. Okay, and then they want to say, "Oh, I got thousands of 301 views plus." No, I'm sure he's got thousands of hits on that, but he comes out to guys like us and takes the information out of our websites. Okay, I also have a Google Plus website that I run where I could channel all my comments and everything. People could follow me and my comments and my activity online for what I choose to divulge. And but yeah, he came out to my site and watched some of mine. And hey, thanks, Dabu. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to check you out sometimes too, you know. But yeah, but here I am, Flight 370 ship here, electronic pulse signal. You know, what did I tell you guys? I've been right from day one. Okay, here's another one up here or down here. Flight 370 followed by military aircraft. Girlfriend says, huh? Well, what about our U.S. military? Okay, what about our U.S. military? What do they say? I don't need a girlfriend to say, and I don't need this mainstream media joker over here telling me a darn thing. I don't need her telling me a darn thing. Okay, and just whenever a bug farts on this planet, our U.S. military knows about it, and they know exactly what happened to that flight from the day it took off. Okay, there was a reason why I put up that passenger manifest, and of course YouTube tried to mess with my editing on that, but I just left it alone. I'm not, you know, too worried about entertaining you guys, but you know, wouldn't allow me to put music on there. I put music on there, but it just won't render the edit, won't let me go back there. It's making me take it down, and I'm not going to because I'm asking the right questions, folks. Okay, here's Dobby 77. He's always coming out with stuff to shock and awe you instead of some good news about Jesus Christ. So I'm kind of wondering about that. Um, Pyrotechnics are stolen. Oh my gosh, from fireworks, and he's going to go out and tell you about it. Okay. Russia prepares to attack the petrodollar. Well, that's okay because that, you know, crashing dollar just means more money to go around, huh? Uh, but the one I wanted to point out to, the information I want to point out to you, um, uh, is a number one. Well, okay, let me back up a little bit. Okay, uh, I was following the flight before it took off. Okay, my brother right now is over in Indonesia and China, Malaysia. He's having to take a Malaysian flight today, as a matter of fact, from Malaysia to China. The very same flight that flight took off from. The same flight path where that plane was supposed to go. He's taking it right now. Well, let's see, it's 5:30 here, so but yeah, tonight, yeah, so it'll be his morning, yeah. So uh, soon he'll be taking that flight from Malaysia to China, and he knows all about this missing flight. So if you're wondering where I get some of my information, folks, I get mine from the source. I like to have solid evidence and military evidence, things of that nature, and the military knows. Okay, they got radar and satellites, but guess what? If they come out and they say we know what happened to it, specifically why it disappeared, they're going to have to prove it by revealing technology. Okay. Now think about this. Think about all those shooters that have been going on. You know, that have been going and taking out malls, theaters. You know, Fort Hood. All of these people, what did they have in common? And now I'm going to give a shout out to. Now this guy didn't tell me about this, but he put it out in a video. Roy Potter did, and so I just thought I'd go ahead and reflect it in mine. But check him out, Roy Potter, there on YouTube. He's really good, really smart guy. He doesn't put out very many videos because he's like I am. I like to mull over the information before I put it out there. But think about it. What do all these shooters have in common? And all these events, these false flags, the government's involved. some way, shape, or form, whether it be military personnel for the guy that went on the Navy base or Fort Hood, the two shootings, all the Boston bombings, those guys had FBI connections, on it goes. Sandy Hook, all these people have government connections. So think about that. I'll give you that to non for your afternoon. Okay, this guy's really funny. BP Earthwatch, yeah, I'm subscribed to him. Lynn Liaz, she's really good. She loves the Lord, and I love the Lord, and but I'm not gonna, try to shock you about the apocalypse to get you to tune into my channel. Okay, nothing's new under the sun, man. Look at Ecclesiastes 1:9. Okay, so if you guys think you guys got something new, bring it on, right? And that's what this time of the time that we're living in. So, sorry, folks, but I just can't buy it. Is it real or not? Is this a false flag? That's what's so problematic about them pulling false flags, and you can't tell what's real and what's not. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad, but most folks can't handle the truth. Okay, like I said, when I put out videos, Dabu77, I'm putting out videos for you to get the truth. Like when I put out the manifest video, I knew exactly what was in there and what was not in there. If you look at my video before that, if you go out to my Google Plus channel, and you can look at all the comments that I comment on anybody's channel or site or anything, it's all conglomerated there. So I can point back to that and say, see, and I don't filter any of that out. Everything goes out to my Google Plus, all the comments that I make anywhere. So sorry those people that I've had to unacquaintance or not be part of my circles is because I just want my stuff out there and a few other people's. So sorry, it was just getting to be too much. Sorry, Bug. I mean, you're a great guy, but you were clogging up my site because you were quite active out there, and that's good. So thumbs up for you. But I'm really kind of a standalone guy. Like I said, I'm not out there to make thousands of views. I want the information out there, just out there. Okay, and it's quite obvious that people like Dabu77 comes and listens to me. Okay, and Dabu, if you want to go ahead and respond, that's fine. But I don't think you've had original thought in a long time. All right, all you're doing is passing along information. Okay, why not come up with some of your own ideas and start writing your own column instead of reporting on other people's? Be creative. Okay, grabbing content and providing it for YouTube and slapping an ad on there is not being creative. All right, like I said, when on the second day that flight went missing, I put up a video telling you guys exactly what was going on. Okay, and what is this? And we're now in April, and we're getting stupid videos like, the Chinese found a ping. Here's electronic pulse signal. Really? Could be anything, folks. I mean, yeah, when a bug farts, W77 will be out there reporting it to you, believe me. But the information, see what happens when you rely on people like him is that it all becomes convoluted. You don't know what to believe. And that's all part of the game, folks. That's what they're trying to do to you. Okay? When he's putting out so much information, you're on information overload. Take a break, dude. Take a break or take the information in and then put out a video. Don't just put out a video for information's sake. Okay? It's think about it first and be creative. Think for yourself. Don't let all these other websites think for you. So, and I put this information out. You check me out, man. You'll see. You will see. All right. And if I'm wrong, I've admitted it. Okay. Even this last one impact, I was a little off about the effects. So, but that's science for you. That's why we study it. But please, guys, I'm glad you're out there watching me. Um, you know, but when you're going out there, Dabu77 going out and pointing people out, and then you try to claim information of your own. This is my, I don't appreciate that at all. But that's okay. You just keep it up. Do whatever you need to do. I'm not there to stop anybody. You know, a girlfriend of Philip Wood mentions Flight 370 was followed by fighter jets. Really? Yeah, lots going out there in the Asian Pacific. But that's not really, it's not news. Okay? I told you that they were from day two. The military, I'm telling you, our military knows what happened. But yeah, just a bunch of gobbledygook today on this particular subscription page of mine now. Weeping Willie, you're a good lady. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. She's out there. She's a fighter. Um, Blaine Cooper's a really stand-up guy, but you know he put this out there because you know Blaine, uh, Dabu should know better. Blaine does not. Okay, and because all you guys are out there looking for the net for answers. Okay, like you're bowing down and praying to it instead of opening up the Bible and getting some wisdom there so you can discern what's going on around you, properly discern it. That's why I'm talking about being creative, okay, and thinking for yourself. And you can only do that is when you crack open the Bible, get away from the screen, turn it off, open up your Bible, get some word in you. Or if you're out there online, make sure you're watching stuff that is bringing glory to the Lord, is going to edify yourself and those around you. Okay, use it as an education tool, not a form of entertainment. Okay, Blaine Cooper is there to educate you. W77 is there to entertain you. There is a difference. Okay, the entertainment is Satan's imitation for joy. All right, it's a distraction. Okay, rather than uh, facing up to the truth and dealing with things. All right, like I did from day one. It was the military. They're the ones in charge. They know what happened. Okay, I'm not saying the military is behind their disappearance. They know. Okay, and they've been in control of this situation since they realized that that flight had been turned into a weapon. Do I believe everybody's still alive? No. Sorry, folks. The best that you're going to get out of this is some parts and debris that they're going to throw out there in the ocean. You're never going to come up with the engines. You're never going to come up with the black boxes. Or they might even come up with the black boxes, but I tell you what, that doesn't mean anything uh, as far as motive behind the flight. So it just tells you mechanicals, things of that nature. But like I said, I don't even think that this flight was even resolved above an ocean. I think if you look back on my video, there's strong evidence that suggests that that flight may have been downed over New Mexico. Go back and look at my video. There was a mushroom cloud that appeared there over white sands. It appeared on radar. I caught it on radar. Dutch Sense caught it on radar. Dutch Sense said it was didn't know what to think of it. He didn't know what to think of it. That's what his bottom line was. He didn't know what to think of it. So, mine is like, well, where would you want to resolve a nuclear bomb on board of a plane? You can either shoot it down over Pennsylvania or you could down it over White Sands. But either way, our military was somehow taking responsibility for it. And then they'll end up pulling an Osama bin Laden on you and putting the evidence anywhere they want. Throw in some North Korea technology into the waters or whatever and say the North Koreans did it. Too much time has passed, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, so they can invent the outcome or whatever they want at this point, and you'll swallow it hook, line, and sinker after the 24-hour news cycle has passed. Let's go ahead and since I've been yapping at you for so long, let's go ahead and just take another quick live look here at space weather, and go ahead and refresh the page and. Getting some good energy coming out of the sun still. Like I said, those double barrel pulses are something else. And as you can see, where the pressure is actually backed off some, quite a bit actually. The BZ may flip back though. So we must have got a strong sudden impulse. As we can see, the magnetograms are actually coming back. That's a little bit of something there too. So we might get some of this actually here over the next 24 hours. We'll see, or will it return back to normal? Looks like we're getting some return here though, coming back. So that's good news. So just thought I'd let you know a lot of good stuff going out there on space weather and in the news. And hope this video finds you good. Take care, folks.